Hello and welcome back to HoI4 with our Germany campaign. We have a full-blown Russian front, which goes exactly as, well, Russian fronts usually go. So, the US has surprisingly asked to join our faction. There was no console command involved at all. Sarcasm. So there was a bit of miscommunication about the Zimmerman telegram with the United States. They saw it as a, they thought it contained plans for Mexico to join with our faction with the promise of giving back soil taken by the US within the US-Mexico wars. This, however, was not the case. We were talking about Mexico to see if we could secure resources and trade and perhaps even military assistance as a favor for us, as we gave them help with their little civil war. So with that solved, the US decided that it would be time to join in and repay the favor that was given by the Germans when the American Civil War broke out and where the Democrats declared war upon the government. But that's a kind, history is written by the victors and all. Alright, so with that out of the way, a lot of sea battles going on here. Don't care for most of them, to be honest. Alright, okay, yep, dispatch is there. So, the tankers, we're gonna move them back from the front, give them some time to recuperate. In their current position, they will still suffer a lot of attrition, and they will not be of any use even if this as defensive forces. So the tankers are gonna go home. We are not, however, going to seize the attacks. We're gonna continue. We're gonna primary reason for that is actually fairly simple. The Russians are struggling right now with supplying their troops. Any respite we give them might give them the opportunity to start resupplying their forces, and this is of course something we don't want happening. Army Command has made a decision to provide our troops with the best winter equipment that they can find and go to war. Some of you suggested take the Belgian forces from the Belgian front and move them towards the front right there. The Russian front. Yeah, I get your point. I'm still afraid that the Belgians might just decide to join in. But so far they haven't. So, fair point. I will move these dudes away from the front line. Hopefully this is not a decision that I'm going to regret. Oh, and before I forget, there we go. That was because of us streaming the minions, which run at a window, which doesn't run at full 1080p, so it's centered in the screen, which kind of caused some weird stuff to happen with my other recordings. So, well, there you go. That is solved. So we get some more bodies at the Russian front, and that kind of also works into my plans of basically asphaltizing Russia as we go to prevent as the attrition that we've suffered so heavily in the initial attacks. Burning through almost 60,000 light tanks is quite a lot, to be sure. Oil and all is fun, but I think we have to kind of admit to the fact that we have bigger fish to fry than just oil. There we go. However, what is important is the... where is it? There we go. Oracle Rain trenches and bunkers. These should always be repaired. And it's the first Monday of the month, and it's 12 o'clock. That means that I'm gonna make a small little cut here. Here in the Netherlands, we test our air warning alarms at that point. Alright, we're back. Now, I had a brain fart, because I was just kind of clicking around while waiting for that air alarm to seize. Don't worry, it's a test in case you missed it. We do this every first Monday of the month at 12 o'clock. Nice way to time the video. Is it strategically advantageous for us to start working with the filthy Italians. I don't like the idea. I might at some point, or just attack them. Let's see. Yellow is a bit overstretched, but with the tank corps bailing from the front line, I hope that we can get a decent result up and running soon. I will also start... Do I really need stuff like army innovations and that? I don't really think there's anything in here that I have a very, very need for right now. Well, the Preventing Japan is fun and all, but a lot of French China by now. This just gives me some opinion, and that doesn't really do much for me at all. I don't think that goes for 90% of this. So we get the army innovations, which is actually fairly useful because it gives us a research bonus on the Panzerkampfwagen 3, which makes us gives us the ability to get it early. Nuclear technology and everything is not interesting, so we've got to shift the army innovations soon towards full-blown repair, so we'll push all of our political support towards that. Oh, my Russian lines are breaking in rapid pace. Isn't it beautiful to behold? To see the Russians shatter left, right, and center. Now, I need to keep an eye on things. For example, we've been moving into a new air zone here. So I kind of need to get into central Russia. If we push in slightly further, I might be able to shift this air fleet into central Russia. Yes, I think it's time that we start to do that. Here we're flying over central Russia. We no longer need support here. It's just the final little bits here and most of the pressure. Oh, Russian forces, I think, are melting in large numbers. That is pretty gorgeous. The Sea Battalion. Petrograd it might be difficult to take, but they probably have reinforced it. Yes, but with added on naval attack. So this Petrograd is literally attacked from all sides, from the air, from the ground, from the sea. So there's very little they can do about stopping me. So we no longer need chromium from Spain, which is rather nice because we've got quite a fucked up trade routes. This is why Belgium and the Netherlands are actually fairly useful to me. Venezuelan factories are not... There's some issues with that. Get an ace pilot. It's a way to get oil. We can get some oil through the Netherlands. Well, a little bit is at least useful. We're looking to a little bit less with the Venezuelans, which actually failed to deliver. One more. Well, I'll take it from the US. Oh, no. We're not gonna trade for that much. That seems a bit redundant. There we go. It seems getting our tanks from the front line opened the possibilities, lessened the drain on our supply lines, which in return gave our infantry the supplies needed. So we're no longer trying to haul tanks to the front. The trains are actually used now to provide proper equipment to our infantry, so we can fight through winter. It is winter, it's cold, but my forces are doing pretty well, meeting very little Russian opposition, which clearly weren't prepared for us to continue these attacks in due winter. So far, I'm very glad with the results that we're seeing. Our tank corps are recuperating now at home. And let's see, we are finally starting to build the production that we so wanted, with factories being repaired. Big point though is that we should get our hussars up and running. I haven't done it because I didn't expect to do long periods of occupation, but Russia will be a long period of occupation with risks actually of getting in trouble with the Japanese. So what we're gonna do is we're probably gonna forsake the Siberian Peninsula and just keep hold over here with a combination with the Urals as a defensive line. I need to kind of figure out how many provinces that there is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Means I need a large core of 50 guards. They will be trained in Budapest with preparation of being a Russian Ural wall. And then we're gonna need hussars. Well, they're gonna be our military police, so to speak. I still don't like the fact that there is not a symbol which says MP. Can I please, Paradox, get a symbol called MP? There's probably a mod that does it, but... well, as they... This will work. Train... and I want a couple of them. So, train them at groups of 10. Let's say about 100, which will be deployed from... where is Berlin? Berlin. It'll be like a secret police. Has nothing to do with horses, though. And we'll be focusing on construction repair for now. See if we can get everything under control with that. So it seems that the Russians are actually providing some resistance here along the regions of the Crimea and Sevastopol. Might be some local opposition supporting these forces, but with some strategic movement we might be able to move around them. We'll wipe out these forces right here. So while they're falling left, right and center, the Russians, they are managing to provide some opposition. So Red Army will move towards the Caucasus. Then we've got the Purple Army here. We've got another Blue Army, 2 blues. That's weird. No, 1 Blue Army is just kind of going along the entire line. Is that our C battalion? Yes, it was. Okay, that's no longer necessary, darling. You are going to make preparations for an invasion on British soil, and we'll probably be cheeky and just land right there. I was like that point. All right. Then the Blue Army is going to see if you can go to the Ural Gap. Very nice. And there is the Yellow Army. I think your orders are kind of out of date by now. Besides, they don't really line up that well with your front anymore. You're gonna make for the Urals. Then we have General Letho from Vorbach. You'll also be pushing for the Urals. And then we've got actually General Blaskovic, the hero of the Serbian War. Just gotta push for the Urals as well, and I'm gonna take you out of here. And then there is General von Kluck, which will ensure the... oh... I know only the name of the province. What is this region called? Kola, Willenborg. They're probably in the air region. It's Northern Scandinavia, Finland. Alright, so the Finnish and the Northern Scandinavian regions will be done by him. Then we have General von Preußen, which is taking care of the peninsula right there. Good. Alright, I'm gonna do a little bit of work on how these divisions are lined up, because they're not really lined up with very few Russian opposition. I think this is the time to do that. So, General von Bello-O is gonna go to the Caucasus, and then General von Mackensen, which should probably have led an armored corps, I think. If he would be so kind. There we go. Now we might need some support here, because I think... now we actually fly support here. The air forces are doing not so much really anymore. It's mostly just some Russian remnants that are flying around. I like how the Italians just keep striking at the French lines here. Nuremberg classes, so very good. We got some better ships. Yeah, because you're barely producing anyway, so that's not a problem. Alright, we're in 1937. And it's time to start working on the Panzerkampfwagen 3. So, with our tank corps kind of out of commission, I think it's also a... well, not really out of commission, but... I think it's time that we start thinking about modernizing the army, because light tanks are fun and all, but I think it's time to start working at medium armored corps. Alright, so there's a lot of resistance here. Can I get into the Crim? No. But I think we just need to put a bit more pressure on it. General von Preußen, no more pussyfooting around. It's time to do your job. Okay, and I want at least 2 of you to... Can I get this as a front line? No. Can you please just march into there? Thank you. Okay. Then I want the 5 of you I had selected. And we'll draw the front line right here. You guys can station right there. And we'll just redraw your Crimean campaign. And there is the heavy cruisers from the Hipper class. And that's our navy, fully modernized and ready to kick some ass. Which I like. Which is rather great, to be honest. We're 1937, that means that factory work in 1937 is already being researched, so that's not really up for questions. We're running with a fairly modern army, I'd say. Let's start working on support weapons. Got some air wings. Oh, another carrier got sunk. I think we don't gonna take a look at the navy. They are repairing. Oh wait, they're engaged. They're engaging the final Russian ships here, which probably are on a do not engage limit here. Oh crap, we are actually losing more vessels here than they are. Got some big battles here. Convoys. Oh, there we go. This is a defeat. Holy shit, there's a lot of big fights going on here. But with 152 ships still remaining, I think we are pretty good doing here. Yes, that's not really interesting. Some lost convoy battles, it's fine. And my submarines are still active in certain waters, but they are getting their ass kicked. Oh no, they invaded Iceland. So I deliberately gave them these islands. Let's take a look real quick. Still about 700 ships, but you're bleeding your vessels, which is pretty nice. All things considered. Let's get some better trench mortars. Yes, but we're losing carriers, which is kind of painful. Surprisingly enough, I want more naval production. Because I feel like we're bleeding too much navy right now. So repairs coming through. Then we've got a lot of factories. Then we've got a lot of naval added on to it. Because we still need to strike at England. And right now I am making preparations mostly for... you can all, by the way, execute your orders. Mostly making preparations for a aerial invasion. But things considering, I think we should also get the Navy up and running. I'm kind of glad that the US is on our side, though. This really gets us some problems. We'll call into arms. I think it's time for the US that they've done their preparation. It's time for you to fight against the Canadians. You didn't like Canada, so this is your opportunity to kick them out of the Americas. Being loyal to Britain and such. Seems that Sevastopol is also one of those... Well, no, Sevastopol is actually not that reinforced. Just not enough forces trying to get into it. So what's this? Oh, it's being held by the British. What is providing the support? Is that the fucking coastal bunkers? We're not attacking from the coast here, Britain. Good. Need some attacks here, some attacks here. Just get them cut off. Russia, how are you feeling these days? Oh, you're nearing capitulation. How nice of you. I think with Russia out of the wall, the biggest and scariest of them all is done for. Let's see. Is there any land that flipped towards? No, there's just some claims. I think they didn't take a single piece of land. Good. Because my Volkskriegsjägers will soon need to kind of replace that front line. I'll probably send one of my Mountaineer divisions there. Light blue, what are you doing? You're all supposed to be right there. Just fix that real quick. Would you, gentlemen? We'll just move you over there. There we go. Done. Alright. Minor pieces of opposition. Seems like mostly around this area. Okay, so you will take this over. Actually, I said I would do the Mountaineers for that. Probably should keep my word. Nah, for now we're good. Seems my fleets are getting their ass kicked though. Kinda sucks, but we've got a lot of naval experience, so why don't we start improving our carriers? Add on some deck space. A little bit of armor to counteract that. The speed's not that important, I just want to get the reliability up there. I would not like that they would die off. Reliability doesn't really do a lot for ships, apparently. Bam, well, we got the better carriers now. There we go. Alright, that's a nice balance. When the Russian war is over, I'm gonna take a very good look at our navy. I'm gonna take a look at what needs to be done. The Russian Empire capitulated. Very good. This does, however, open up a big-ass front with the Japanese. So until those forces that we are making in preparations are ready, we are going to need to create a couple of fallback lines. Are these connected? Yes, alright. To ensure that the enemy doesn't invade us from behind. But I have very little interest in that right now. So, all in all, I think our attack on the French, I think that's the first moment that we seriously should start implementing some different aircraft. Alright, you gonna gonna point you from here. It doesn't change your objective that much. Oh, the Russians separately surrendered. Doesn't change the fact that what I could do is take the industrial center of Russia and give Siberia just their own little thing to do. I'm not really that fond of puppets. This is nothing to do with the idea of puppets would be very nice if they would work. In vassals, in HoI4 and in CK2, do their jobs, which makes them a lot more interesting. But in Hearts of Iron, the AI has a tendency to be either very passive or completely suicidal. And in my experience, puppets don't really like fighting for you. So, The Tsar isn't that popular, so we are gonna put in power a government that is directly under rule of the German command. It's one of the puppets companies. It's less than Vichy France, right? Vichy France was like their own little provincial government and all, which was fun and games and all that kind of stuff. But we don't really like that idea. I'll take the Urals. So something like this. Now I need to kind of take a look at factories in locations. Right. I would like to get that chromium. We'll start off with this, right? This would get me the Russian heartland. Would I free Finland? Then get Sweden and Norway into the Central Powers. That might actually not be a bad idea. Can I? The Republic of Finland? I don't think so. I'll release Finland later. Oh, we can Republic of Satellite. This is a friendly regime turning it into puppet of the state. Just Ireland. See here, this is where my brain goes in like, we could be perceived as liberators. By liberating, like, Romania. Wait, that would be weird, because we took Romania. Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Taratavu. Liberate Poland, because, you know, fuck all makes sense. I just got an idea of a campaign I'm gonna do at some point. Yeah, that seems actually not a bad idea. I have millions of ideas of things that I could do in this game. Anyway, we're gonna satellite the Republic of Finland, and we're gonna return there. So that, what state is that? Åland? If I knew where it was. Hellingfors, Viborg, Mikkel. Åland? Oh, Åland. Right, well, we will return our states afterwards. Running a couple of puppets is actually not a bad. Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. I'll release them afterwards. And then we can satellite Great Mongolia. And does that natively? There's just Russian courses, so we could do like a puppet of the remaining bit of Russia, which would get a very large. Or we'll leave them independent, which would create a gigantic buffer between us and Japan. However, there's a lot of potential territory there to be used. I have no interest in the land. See, that is the big thing here to remember. I have literally no interest in the land. So Tanatavu, which is... We're going to satellite a couple of these small nations. And then we puppet the rest. Except for this. Which then... I can take it, but this the problem is... Oh, it now shows you. Oh, I never saw this. Oh, wow. It now shows you how much score you can spend. That's amazing. So we'll end the turn. Then we have the Russian Empire, which is basically Siberia. And minus 12. What the hell happened there? Okay, so that went to Russia. Wait, this is owned by whom now? The Brits? Oh no. I probably should. So if we never call in Russia in this war, if they're not in, oh, they're in. Alright, never mind. Unassigned divisions. That means that something got trained. Oh, this is from Mackelson's. One of us is stormtroopers. You right up there. All right. So yellow's got one, orange got one here, red is got one assigned, and you got one assigned. You are gonna take over this. You guys, so we got Finland. First, the armies. Do a little bit of work there, please. Thank you. Alright, we need a little bit of rubber, Belgium. Thank you. And we've got a lot of free military factories. I'm not really surprised with that one. So we'll get a little bit more close air support, because I want them. And is there anything I need hard on equipment? Oh my god, what? No, okay. Don't worry, nothing happened. Nothing happened. This is the stack overflow problem. We are... yeah. We have enough. We currently have a deficiency. We've got more than a couple... we've got more than 3 million equipment in storage, so there is no deficiency. It's just this number is just going into a minus for some reason when the number goes past 2 million. Don't know why. Do I care? It's mostly just annoying. So, we're just gonna keep producing light panzers, like a lot of them. And these will be eventually flipped towards the heavier. But as long as we... okay, so we're now in factory repair duty. Good. We don't need as much oil as we do anymore. So, boop and boop. How much do I need then? 39. Come on. Can I get this slider to work? There we go. Get a little more rubber from you. Just buy all of it. We can only guarantee fascist nations. Well, phew. We'll boost some fascism in you then. Nah. Wait, France, you're... something like equipment issues? Right, let's take a look. Paris is probably completely fortified. Yeah, so dropping troops directly on Paris is suicidal. Alright, now... I most likely have a little bit of a navy... oh wait, before I forget, manage subjects... manage occupied territory. We'll be releasing some territory towards the Finns, if I can fucking find you. Wait, I can't release territory to the Finns? Really? That sounds a bit far-fetched. Finland has no claims on this territory. Oh. Yeah, that makes it difficult to give this to Finland. Should have done that in a peace deal. That's weird. Okay, I am gonna console command some claims here on it for Finland, and then we're gonna return the territory to Finland. We liberated them. Yeah, we're gonna keep the lines as they are. Our tank cores are still not ready for work. We need one more oil. There we go, solving that problem. Now this is no longer as important. That one is. I think it's time that we stop producing our own oil. Repairs can be stolen, I don't care. I will, however, I'm gonna put the civilian factories up top. And then we're gonna fix some more naval factories. There we go. Now I want a civilian on top. I basically want to get my civilian industry up and running as high as possible. I might have missed one or two, but you know, the more civilian factories we have, the quicker we rebuild, the quicker we repair, right? Just realizing, we're running on a war economy. I cannot go to total mobilization. Because no country has more than 50% of my factories. I have more than 700 something factories. Nice try, France. Oh, and nice try, Britain. You're actually doing a lot better than I expected. It's probably the Irish land that they're stolen. Right, Navy. That is going to require a good looking at. Because I think that only my Adriatic Sea fleet is doing even remotely decent. But I'm gonna add in naval supremacy, friendly ships, enemy ships present. Oh, there's a large amount of enemy ships present. So we just gotta protect our borders here. Okay, so you're doing your job fairly well. But then there's all the other fleets that kind of need a lot of work, which kind of sucks, because I hate doing that. Alright, you need 9 light cruisers and 13 destroyers, Fleet 1. Oh, that's 20. Fleet 1 and 9 light cruisers. Okay, that's 1. You are completely destroyed. Wow. Alright, well, good to know. Fleet 2 needs 18 destroyers. That's the wrong fleet. Alright, you need 15. I like the lag it goes every time I click this. I don't know where that comes from. It doesn't make sense that there's lags, but there's somewhere in this code something that is probably interacting with something else. We need 10 of... we're looking at Fleet 3, right? Oh, god damn it. Wait, that's Fleet 4. We don't have a Fleet 3 anymore. Oh god. Fleet 3 just completely got wrecked. Well, Fleet 4 nearly got wrecked. You get 5 battleships. The 4th fleet sunk completely, and... oh, fly 2 carriers still. Alright, and setup is fine, yep. Wait, what are you using as carrier fighters? Can you not at least use my damn BF-109s? Alright, that's Fleet 4. Fleet 5 is even worse. Well, Fleet 4 is doing fine. Fleet 2. Oh god, I just... 2. Alright, now we're looking at Fleet 4. Sorry. Fleet 4 is doing not that bad. It just mostly needs his destroyers back. So you need 17 destroyers, that's it. Oh, that's lovely. Destroyers are like the sacrificial ships. They completely destroyed most engagement. Then Fleet 5 needs to be almost completely rebuilt. With 19 destroyers. Just 1 destroyer survived. That must have been a brutal battle. Going in with 52 ships. There's like a very large naval operation, right? And after the battle, just 1 lone destroyer coming back with as many sailors as it could save and perhaps some civilian shipping. But the message like, yeah, the fleet got wiped out. The amount of tons of steel sent to the bottom is ridiculous in some of these fights. No, we don't build large armored cruisers or battle cruisers. We build battleships. The most redundant ship class during World War II. They were battleships were scary, right? Because they could, you know, they could wreck a ship. But battleships had significant problems during the entire World War and never, I mean seriously, never were properly used or be able to use. If you're gonna look at the Bismarck and the its sister ship, the Leipzig? Crap. Anyway, its sister ship. Both of them were just never really did anything but hiding. Why? Aircraft. That's why in modern days, wait, I did this all wrong, didn't I? That's why in modern days, their destroyers are the largest class of ships, and I believe the Americans and Venezuela are the only ones who are still using light cruisers. And Venezuela only got one, which is from, I don't know, probably World War II anyway. So Fleet 5 is also completely destroyed. Oh wait, that's the one we just rebuilt. We're now looking at 6, which is fine. My submarines just need some work, and the Tomahawk's fleet needs some work. Tomahawk's fleet, been hit heavy. I hope that's not what's gonna happen to you. So we need a lot. All right, 20 destroyers, because I believe it just back to us destroyers. So that's Tomahawks. 14 light, 9 heavy. Let's see, 14 light. 9 heavy. And 5... Did I remember see that correctly? Yep, 5 battleships. Yes, but there's no use to them. They have big guns, but that just makes them a very big target. And mostly missile cruisers, or there's most destroyer-sized ships which have just giant fucking missiles. That's it. Why would you have a battleship that has a, I don't know, 300 millimeter cannons? When you can fire a missile from the other end of the world these days, at least as a mother country. Like North Korea can still, you know, do it. They try to. Anyway, you can shoot a missile from another country with pinpoint precision. You can completely blow a large ship out of the water. So why don't you build a small ship, which has these missiles, with anti-radar technology? Because if you look at these modern ships, they don't look like ships anymore, if you ask me. So Subs 1 needs 7. It's really weird if you see how they look these days. You know what I would like to see? Besides the fact that this window is completely crap, I would like 3, 20, 33. What I would like to do, right, in this, let's see, is when I hover over it, I want to see what the composition of this is, instead of just being, you need to look at a different window for it. And 26 means we need 24. Alright. Also, I would love to say to my submarines, just convoy raid. If you meet something that, you know, is slightly bigger than you, just bail the fuck out. And prevent these eternal fights, because I think these guys are... They're not engaging. They know they're there, but they're kind of stuck. Oh well. Right, there we go, nice. We're in March of 1937. And the Russians have surrendered. I don't know how this... When does this war break out? It was the 8th of February 1936. So a year after the fighting began, slightly more. The Russians have surrendered. And are now dead and done for. They were allowed to hold on to their lands in Siberia, as the German government did not see any use for that territory other than its strategic resources. But with so many people there, there was no fear of any trouble along there. Finland got liberated, and in the next episode, Finland will get liberated properly. Because it somehow didn't give Finnish cores here, just a small island here. So we're going to just restore Finland to its glory. They've been under Russian possession for long enough. Then we might try to get in Sweden on our side. Should be fun. And maybe even Norway. Let's see. Anyway, with that, I want to thank you guys for watching and see you guys next time. Have a very good day. Bye-bye.